What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe Saunders insists that he won't run away from Canelo Alvarez, planning to use the brain over brawn like Floyd Mayweather did. And this is what Billy had to say. He says that I'm the seventh Brit that he's faced. He's dealt with 6 of them very comfortably. The Brits like dancing and moving and thinking they've got to run away. But I will be in there for him to hit. I will be in range for him to hit me. I'll be setting traps the same as he'll be setting traps. I don't think running a million miles an hour is going to do me any justice. He's not got the best engine in the world, Canelo. He's very good at what he does, extremely good at what he does, but there's faults there. We've seen many try to run away and box him. We've seen people try to use the brawn, but we've only seen one man use his brain, and that was Floyd Mayweather. Brain over brawn here. Brain wins this. Technical thinking wins this. Wow. He says, I'm prepared to put everything down, all of the chips down, as long as I get a fair decision. Then I believe in my heart of hearts that the job is definitely not an impossible job. People go on about how good he is, how great he is. But let's not forget, he's been beaten by Floyd Mayweather, and he got beat in the first fight with Golovkin as well, I thought. Let's just hope that it's an all fair playing field in and out the ring, and we can get to work. Wow. Those are the words of Billy Joe Saunders, people. Now, I like what he's saying. In theory, okay, my counterpunch on Billy Joe Saunders' comments. On theory, he's right. In theory. But basically, what he's doing, he wants to set traps cat and mouse with Canelo. The only problem with that is, if you're available to get hit with Canelo, like he said, he'll be available, he'll be in range for Canelo to hit him. The question would be then, how sharp would Billy Joe Saunders be? How fast he would have to be, how quick his response time, all that's going to play a huge factor in something like Canelo. Because see, Canelo is, like he said, he's extremely good at what he does. And what Canelo does, he sets traps, but mostly what Canelo does, he either inches towards you. He doesn't really necessarily cut off the ring, not per se, okay? He follows you to a certain degree, but the following is only for his benefit. So for him to close the distance with you, that's his objective, especially if he's shorter than you and he's trying to get in range of his own punches, okay? And those array of punches are a lot. Jab, right hand, overhand right, uppercut, okay? Hooker cut, okay? He throws different hooks at certain angles. The feints will get you along with the feints to the head, basically from the left hook to the upstairs. He throws those, and he likes to get those punches. He tricks you with those punches, okay? So he feints you out like he did Amir Khan. Amir Khan got knocked out, and he made a grave mistake because he thought that Amir Khan was going to do he thought that Canelo was going to do one thing, and Canelo actually ended up just feigning, and that made him react, and he knew he had him, okay? So with Billy Joe, this is going to be difficult for Billy Joe. I mean, I've seen him do it before. That's the thing. He did it against David Lemieux, and I loved what he did, and I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring it on. He's trying to stay in the pocket. But is he better than Floyd Mayweather at doing that? You have to understand a boxing brain to be able to have the skill set to pull this off. And that consists of reflexes. That consists of a lot of things. Okay. Now, does Billy Joe Saunders necessarily have them? I don't know. I've seen him box very, very well. Now, for people saying, well, he like running away. I think he was referring, he didn't say any particular name, but if I had to guess, he was talking about how Lara boxed him from the outside, and those are the type of things that Billy Joe don't want to do, or states that he can't do. Now, as far as Floyd Mayweather, think about Floyd. Floyd was about the same height as Canelo, and Floyd was there to hit with his Philly shell. He was there, and he was elusive. And when Canelo expanded, he tightened up. When Canelo tightened up, he expanded. He fought that fight damn near perfectly. That's the type of fight and the type of performance that Billy Joe's going to need. He's going to need that, But one thing that bothers me about Billy Joe, if you go in there thinking you're going to do something and playing with a guy, playing into what a guy wants you to do, at what point do you get him out of his game plan when you're following into his game plan? Because Canelo knows, okay, Canelo has every set trap that he knows what he's going to do. And a lot of times he will have you thinking he's going upstairs, feint to the body, come right upstairs. I just seen Devin Haney's getting good at it. Juan Manuel Marquez was very good at it, and Canelo Alvarez was good at it too. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. was a good feint puncher like that. Okay, you fake to the body and you come upstairs where you loop. It'll get you every time. Now the question is Billy Joe ready for that? That's what got Golovkin. That's what had him scoring against Golovkin, because Golovkin would catch these shots, but Golovkin's a tough mother sucker. Okay, so it's one of those things where, can Billy Joe take those shots? Can he take Billy Joe's shots? But then Billy is a guy, I think, when he has a very good chance because of the way he fights. Because if you look at Billy Joe knows how to throw straight punches. Straight punches will get Canelo. Yeah, he can bob and weave under them and all that. He has great head movement. But if you score and you win, if you score on Canelo, you have to remember, you have to throw 3 or 4 shots that's going to seal the deal. You might miss those shots, but you have to throw those shots without getting countered, because he's waiting to counter you. And what a lot of people don't understand about this, what Billy Joe's saying is, this may be a chess match type of fight. This fight may be not what you thought, it may not be nothing like a Callum Smith or a Chris Fielding at all. This might be a chess match. Why? Because if Billy Joe's IQ is on the level with Canelo, you're going to know it. You're going to know it right away. And then people are going to be amazed with what Canelo is able to do and what he's not able to do. Okay, now we reference Lara. Lara was able to get his punches in and not receive any counters. That's what was bothering Canelo, because Canelo is a counter puncher. If Canelo can't counter, he can't effectively win a fight. Now, the politics is another story, but in the ring, okay, he can't get off. If he can't get off, he's going to get frustrated. He'll start going to the body, and he'll start welling to the body. And if you grab him, he'll start doing all type of antics, like he did with Lara, like he did with Mayweather. He hit Mayweather low. So Canelo can be frustrated. So don't get it twisted. Yes, we praising this guy. Yes, he's a very, very good boxer. But at the end of the day, if you start going against the grain with Canelo and start doing things Canelo don't want you to do, Canelo can get frustrated. He's only human like everyone else. So Billy Joe is right on the money with saying, hey, he's been beat before, people. You guys forget. He got. Okay, so it's not one of those things where this dude is just can't be beat. It's one of those things where more than likely you won't win a decision. So moving on to what he said, well, hey, as long as I get a fair decision and I believe in my heart of hearts, as long as you do. And you think Golovkin beat him the first fight. Well, did Golovkin win the first fight? Did he get the decision for the first fight? No, they ruled it a draw. The house wins. Okay, so that's exactly what could happen with Billy Joe. So I'm glad Billy Joe is mindful of that, but he has to fight a perfect fight. Okay, and then if any style bothers Canelo, that's a fighter that won't give him the opportunity to counter like he wants. Mayweather was probably one of the, gifted few that could do that to Canelo. I'm not sure if Billy Joe can do that, but it sounds very challenging. It sounds very dangerous too, because then again, you're doing what Canelo wants you to do. You coming toward me. That's what I want. So let me set up this and this and this and this and up, got him again. Those type of things that he wants, because he's already thinking. Canelo's thinking in there. Then he's switching up. He's thinking of what's going on. He's been in there with guys. He's been in there with everybody. So that's another thing. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Billy Joe Saunders' comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.